Do you know what time it is?
It's time for the Stephanie G Show. Okay. Welcome to the Stephanie G Show. Stephanie, do your thing, girl. Come on.
This is our celebration. Celebration is our celebration. Celebration. This is our celebration. Celebration is our
We are here at the International Celebration Women's Day event, and I'm here with Michelle. How are you doing today, Michelle?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Can you share with us what is your experience of this International Celebration Women's Day event?
Oh, it's been an awesome day. Lots of information, lots of good food. We learned a lot about self-esteem for women and young girls in the community and supporting a really, really good cause, domestic violence. Very dear to my heart, too.
And can you share with us the one thing that you can walk away from this event that you may go out and share with others?
Yes, we are all our sister's keeper. Yes, we must support each other in every way, whether it's emotionally, financially, in the neighborhood, around the hood.
Hello everyone, I am here with the keynote speaker of this fantastic event, Mrs Joan Thaxter Randall. She is the VP of Macy's in North Carolina and also a survivor and advocate for domestic violence. First, Ms. Randall, how are you doing today?
I am fantastic.
And thank you for this interview.
Absolutely.
The message that you gave today was so powerful, and I know it has impacted and touched so many women's lives that was in this event, that experienced this event.
Thank you.
This topic and discussion is so powerful and so true to you. Can you tell the audience or explain to them why is that?
Okay. It's something that is and was real for me. I went through 8 years of domestic violence, and I just happened to be one of the ones that survived, and I wanted to share my story with others that might be going through a similar situation, and if it can help one person, then that would make me feel that I have given back, something.
That's awesome. So
thank you.
Coming through your pain, you wanted to reach back and bring somebody else out.
Absolutely, and
Beautiful.
it took years for me to realize that I wanted to even share my story.
Wow. Because I know
It's very difficult.
Yes, I can
and
understand.
it happened over an 8-year period, and it took me 17 years to share it publicly. And the minute I shared it publicly, I felt a sense of relief and a sense of empowerment. So I felt empowered that, the shame is gone because of, all the things that I've accomplished since then. And I have 2 daughters, and I wanted them to see that it's okay for you to go through pain, something as, tough as domestic violence, and be able to survive, but get to a point where you can speak about it and and give back in terms of helping, lending that voice and saying, these are the signs. If you see these signs, then ask the questions.
So you're not just surviving, you're thriving as well.
Yes.
And I love that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So can you talk to anybody that may be experiencing domestic violence right now? Can you share some words of advice to them?
Yes. My advice would be tell someone. When someone is going through domestic violence, there is a tendency to keep it to themselves because of the pride. And it's not easy to just go out there and say, my husband is hitting me, or my boyfriend or my fiance is verbally abusing me or physically abusing me or emotionally abusing me. It's very private. It's hurt, it's hurtful, it's painful, and so the tendency is to keep it to yourself. But if I have one advice, it would be to anyone that's experiencing it out there, tell someone. It might not be a family member. Tell a neighbor. Tell someone at church. Tell someone at school. Tell someone at your job. But say something, because there's so many organizations out there that can help.
You're absolutely right.
And usually you feel helpless, but there are people out there that are advocates. There are agencies out there that are advocates, and are willing, to help.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's always hope.
Yes.
And I see that was in your message. And even in your message when you were speaking today, you told somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, you were saying you shared that you spoke and you told somebody.
I shared my story with someone who, and every time I share my story, I get someone that come up and say, thank you for sharing. I know someone that's going through it, or I had gone through it, or I am going through it, so it touches a lot of people's lives. And, I now live in North Carolina and with a neighboring state of South Carolina, and to find out that South Carolina is the #1 leading state in terms of, homicide, domestic violence homicide, it really is just like, wow, so whatever I can do to make a difference, I will do that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you're the vice president of Macy's in North Carolina. Now, we live in the instant mashed potato society.
Yeah.
Can you share with people your journey on becoming that VP?
Yeah. You know what? I never really set out to be in this position. I happened to just one day walk in, applied for a job, and I got a temporary job with Macy's.
Wow.
But the one thing that I have instilled in my daughters, and I am a living testament to that, or a living testimony to that, is that whatever you do, give it your all.
Wow.
Be your 100%. So even as a sales associate, when I showed up for work, I gave it everything I have. And there's people who saw that potential in me along the way, who saw something in me that I did not see in myself, and pushed me. And once I realized the potential that I had, and that maybe this is something that I'm really good at, I kept doing my best, and I kept moving and growing with the company. And, the next thing 22 years later, a VP. Yes.
That's an awesome story and a powerful quote.
Thank you. Yes.
Your best, give 100%.
Absolutely.
That is powerful.
Yeah.
Can you share any advice for anybody who is setting out to fulfill their vision or seeking their visions and goals?
Yeah. Well, I would say, from an advice, just always strive to do your best. And, surround yourself with people that can feed you knowledge. There's a quote that says, show me your company and I'll tell you who you are. What I always did was every position that I wanted to get to, I would surround myself with people in that position. So I would get the insight, as to how they perform and what it is they needed to do to get to that level. And I would always give myself, a 5-year goal. So every 5 years I wanted to do something else. And then I would equip myself with the knowledge and the wherewithal to get to that level. So from an advice standpoint for someone who wants to grow, challenge yourself. Keep challenging yourself. Giving yourself those goals. Figure out what does it take to get there and get those learnings or get the knowledge or get the education or the certificate courses that can get you to the next level. But just keep pushing and keep striving and giving 100%. Because the minute you don't give 100%, then you're not fulfilling your best.
Great advice. I can
Yeah.
talk to you all day, Ms.
Thank
Randall.
you.
And I am here with the woman behind the plan of the International Celebration Women's Day event, Miss Lorna Shelton Beck. First of all, thank you for this interview.
Well, thank you for interviewing me.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Now you have put on a fantastic event with a powerful Why did you put on this event, and what was your mission behind the International Celebration Women's Day event?
Okay, so let's go back. We started this in 2012, and this is Carifest Salute to Women. And the purpose and that was to educate, empower, and inspire. And we had an awesome program in 2012. This year, our program took a little twist because today, March 8th, is International Women's Day. And so International Women's Day organization actually chose the theme for today, which is a promise is a promise, time to end violence against women. And so we attached and teens because teens are being impacted by violence also. So if we're going to address the women, we also have to address the teens.
So why is this topic so true and dear to you? Why did you pursue this topic?
Because of the statistics in South Carolina. South Carolina is number one in the entire nation. We are number one for men killing women. That's one form of abuse. We have men are being abused too. You know, in the entire United States, last year they had 60,000 men that were abused. But then we had, but then we had 2 million women that were abused, that suffered physical abuse. But if we come right back home to South Carolina and even closer to Charleston, we actually have sex trafficking cases in court, pending in court right now in Charleston. So we have sex trafficking going on right down at our ports. So it is important and incumbent upon us to pay attention, to educate our women and educate our kids.
That's so true. That is so true. Now, what can attendees expect from this event? What are they going to experience when they come to this event?
Coming here, they will learn, they'll hear from my sister's house how they can recognize some of the signs and symptoms of people in trouble. And then we want to inspire people, empower them to make plans, move forward. You know, we have some fun events incorporated in there.
Fun as well. So it's inspiring, motivating, and fun at the same time.
So then there's Zumba, we have massage, we have spoken word, you know, of course we have lunch.
So anybody will be able to walk away with something from this event.
Exactly.
So let me know, how can people get in contact with you in regards with any of your other events that you have coming on? And can you share some of that too, some of your up-and-coming events too?
Yeah, well, see, I operate under 2 main umbrellas. So we have a website, charlestoncarifest.com, and that would pretty much share all our information. But I also operate on a healthy lifestyle umbrella. So we have a healthy lifestyle network umbrella. So this program was a Carifest event, Carifest Salute to Women, which will also be recognizing a woman who has overcome, has fought from the bottom, and has basically reached the pinnacle.
Yes.
You know, so we have an award recognition to do later on.
Oh, wow.
And then in May we'll have our Youth and Adult Healthy Lifestyle Jamboree, which is a day that we devote to teaching nutrition and physical activity, because it is important for people to get their body in shape, to learn how to move and to eat right.
Yes.
So we'll have that event, and then in June we'll have our carnival celebration, because June becomes Caribbean American Heritage Month. So we want to celebrate and recognize that. So we have events planned,
throughout the whole year.
Yes,
Lorna, you are
yes,
busy
yes.
women, but I love your mission. You're community orientated. You're out there impacting lives, and just thank you just for all you do in that aspect in this community. The community really appreciates you,
Yeah.
and we need more people like you.
Right, but we can't do this without people like you. So we need everybody to come together. It's a village, and for the village to function, all the villagers have to participate and help carry the load.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we need everybody.
Now, earlier in the interview, you talked a little bit about some of the statistics of South Carolina pertaining to domestic violence. Can you tell our viewers, our audience, what can they do at home to help stop, the facts, the statistics of domestic violence?
Well, first of all, we need to recognize that the violence happens at home. All right? We need to know that a lot of times the people won't tell you that they're being abused at home. But you'll see signs and symptoms. You'll see the bruises, and they fall in the shower, and they trip on the steps. Those are all cues for us, that we need to pay attention and then ask the questions. And the first time you ask somebody if they've been abused or if there's anything wrong, is there any way you can help them, they may not tell you. The second time, they may not tell you. But you have to show that empathy and keep asking the question, and then know the next step. Because My Sister's House is a valuable organization that we have right here in town, that they can call that number
24-hour hotline.
exactly and get some help. They don't have to stay. They don't have to stay. And for the young ladies out there, there's alarming statistics of our middle school kids participating in sexual activity and in oral sexual activity. And so we need to talk to the kids. We need to talk to them. We need to share information with them. We need to teach them the right thing, because some of these kids don't have self-esteem. And so it's up to us to let them know that they're important. They're valuable, and that they shouldn't take these inappropriate behaviors. Some of it starts with the boyfriends disrespecting them. So they need to recognize how the boyfriend should talk to them. And if they don't see that at home, they think that that's okay. But it's not okay. So really and truly, as adults, we have to help these kids. We have to help them know. And the same thing for our co-workers, our neighbors.
Yeah, domestic violence is not just statistics. They're sisters, they're mothers, they're absolutely
It's just so important for us as women to recognize these things happen, and then to learn how we can help ourselves. So we can't just sit and take it.
Yeah.
We have to fight too.
We have to fight. We got to stand up. We got to have the courage to stand up and speak up. Well, thank you, Ms. Lorna, for this interview, and I wish you continued success on your journey. And it's just going to get bigger and just impact and fulfill more and more people's lives.
Well, we thank you so very much. This is just wonderful that you have taken the time to act as our MC today, and then to incorporate us in your show. So God bless you and thank you.
I hope you were inspired and empowered by today's message. Remember, do not stay silent to domestic violence. Stand up and speak out. If you are experiencing domestic violence or you know someone that is, please call my sister house at 843-744-3242. Again, thank you for joining me on the Stephanie G Show. Please visit my website at www.stephaniegShow.com. Like me on Facebook at Stephanie G Show, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Stephanie G Show. Like always, think positive and keep moving forward.